gentlemen, good evening. I'm Shreya Dhoundial. As always, it is good to see you. As the war in the Gulf enters day 14, it is increasingly clear that the Americans may have underestimated the Iranian response. It is now emerging that 48 hours ago, in a phone call with G7 allies, President Trump grandly claimed that Iran was about to surrender. He reportedly said the only reason that had not happened, which means the surrender had not happened, was because there is no leader left in Iran to declare the surrender. No one knows who the leader is, and therefore that declaration is not coming, according to him. President Trump has reportedly called the Iranian leadership deranged scumbags and said it was a great honor to kill them. He reportedly, in this very phone call, virtual call, also said he got rid of a cancer that was troubling us all, which means all G7 countries. Also in this same virtual call, President Trump reportedly said that Mojtaba Khamenei was alive but damaged. His war secretary backed him up on that claim today.
You know, the new so-called not-so-supreme leader is wounded and likely disfigured. He put out a statement yesterday, a weak one, actually, but there was no voice and there was no video. It was a written statement. Iran has plenty of cameras and plenty of voice recorders. Why a written statement? I think you know why. His father, dead. He's scared, he's injured, he's on the run, and he lacks legitimacy. It's a mess for them. Who's in charge? Iran may not even know.
But ladies and gentlemen, within 24 hours, Trump's claim fell flat as Iran escalated their attacks and kept the Strait of Hormuz shut. The new supreme leader didn't emerge from the shadows, that's correct, but he had his first address read out on national TV exactly 24 hours after Trump made the claim. He said vengeance, this is Khamenei said, vengeance is priority and that the Strait of Hormuz will remain shut. Today, Dubai faced drone strikes. One American refueler crashed in Iraq, killing 4 servicemen. So the said surrender may not be happening anytime soon. But, ladies and gentlemen, Tehran continues to be under attack. A massive rally on the last Friday of Ramzan was struck by Israel today in Tehran. Thousands of Iranians, including senior officials, had gathered in Tehran for the Quds Day rally to show solidarity with Palestine and protest against Israel. Key attendees included the President of Iran and the head of the Security Council, Ali Larijani. Mojtaba, in his address yesterday, had asked Iranians to come to the streets in large numbers, and Israel had warned that they would strike. Ali Larijani, when asked about Trump's surrender boast, said that the Americans had simply lost their grasp on reality.
مشکلش اینه که عقلش نمیرسه که ملت ایران ملت رشیده، ملت قویه، ملت با اراده. هرچی اون فشار بیاره اراده ملت قوی‌تر میشه. حمله هایی که میکنه از ترس، از استیصاله. کسی که قوی باشه وسط تظاهرات که بمباران نمیکنه. معلومه کم آورده.
Professor Zamir Abbas Jafari is a professor at the El Mustafa University in Iran. He's joining us on the broadcast. Professor Jafari, welcome back to the show. Can I start by asking you how Iran's supreme leader is doing? Because President Trump, in his phone call to the G7 leaders, has said that he's damaged. He's alive but damaged. And then you've just heard from Pete Hegseth as well, saying if he is alive, why didn't he come in front of the cameras?
Thank you very much for having me on the show, and greetings to you and all our viewers. Unfortunately, we live in a world where politicians talk like gangsters, and they do not have any ethics and morality. And so it's unfortunate that we live in such a world. And what they do, what they say is completely illegal and criminal according to all international laws, according to United Nations charters as well. So the attack on Ayatollah Khamenei, the Shaheed Ayatollah Khamenei, was once again, he was in his home with his family, with his wife, with his daughter. So that itself was completely against the law. So Ayatollah Mojtaba Khamenei, is he injured? Yes, it is announced that he was injured. So This is not something which is a news for anybody. And why did he not come on the TV and why did he not record? So it's gradual. The threat that is there from his only written message was so severe that Haifa and Tel Aviv was under attack by Khurramshahr, and Hormuz had seen what it could do. One written message can create so much panic in the Western regimes. It is commendable.
Okay, Professor Jafari, the point is this. What are the rumors that are circulating? The rumors that are circulating, and they are being fueled by America's top leadership, is that the Supreme Leader is in coma. He's alive, but just about. You're saying he's injured. That is an announcement that has made, but the Americans are claiming much more. They are saying he's in coma. Now, if he is not in coma, and this is information warfare that the Americans have launched on the Iranians, the logical thing would be to put him in front of a camera and read out his first message, right? Instead of having a newsreader read it.
So the security team would decide, and the security would decide, because at the moment the priority is not to have him on the camera. The priority is to ensure that the security is provided. And Iran has a constitution, and the constitution itself is very clear about who can be the supreme leader. And there is an electoral process in which the people choose the assembly of experts, and the assembly of experts choose the supreme leader. Just let me complete. The supreme leader, if somebody would have been in coma, he would not definitely have been selected as the supreme leader of the country to lead if he is not in the capacity of leading the country. So this is absolute nonsense and psychological warfare from the West. And in Iran, nobody cares what Trump is saying, because everybody knows Trump himself is, I mean, his stupidity is not, anybody would not defend that he's a stupid person.
Professor Zamir, one of the claims that have been made in the G7 call that he had with that President Trump had with his allies, he's also claiming that Iran is about to surrender, but that surrender announcement has not been made simply because there is no leader left in Iran to make that announcement. How do you react to that?
I would react that he's, earlier politicians used to do politics and jokers used to be jokers, but today jokers are politicians. That is what I would say. Trump, day before yesterday, claimed that there is no navy left, there is no military left, there is nothing left. So who is attacking Tel Aviv? I mean, does Iranian have an army of ghosts? Who is drowning the American ships in the Hormuz? Do they have ghosts? What happened yesterday was remarkable. If you see KC-135, which is one of the fighter jets from America, which the cost of it is around $70 million. CENTCOM confirmed that it was hit in Iraq. So America is losing it very badly. What they can do is they can come on the camera and the media and say that, oh, we are winning. But in reality, they're losing it very badly.
No. But the Americans have claimed that their refueler has been downed, not in friendly fire this time, but not in enemy fire either. They are simply saying it has crashed in Iraq. They are not saying that it has been hit by the Iranians.
So the ghost might have caught it, right? Because it has not been hit by the friendly fire. It has not been hit by anybody else. So the ghost might have hit it, right? So, I mean, what they want to say, they can say, but the Iraqi supporters in the Khatamul Anbiya organization has clearly said that they've used a new technology of something which is combination of missile and drones that has hit them, and it has been downed, and there are approximately 6 American soldiers or pilots have died in this process. So if America is claiming that it is winning this, okay, why is Hormuz closed? Why are they not able to take their oil tankers outside Hormuz? If Iran has got nothing, they have no power left, they have no military, they have nothing. I mean, anybody with the sane mind would not claim such a thing, that you're there, your military is getting a beating. Tel Aviv and Haifa, more than 7 million people are staying in the bunkers. Khurramshahr was being hit yesterday. Every missile had more than 1 ton of ammunition. they're being hit so badly that the BBC and CNN reporters inside Tel Aviv are saying that entire Tel Aviv is silent. It's a dead society. There are no schools, no colleges, no hospitals, no offices. Everybody is inside bunkers. And you're claiming Iran doesn't have a leadership?
Okay.
I'm sorry, I've lost word for insanity that America
Okay, I'm just going to keep going back to this call that President Trump has had with his G7 allies, because he also says something that Iranians will not like. He's saying, I got rid of a cancer that was troubling all of us, that the leadership was a bunch of deranged lunatics and it was a great honor to kill them.
Yes. So let us see who is the real cancer. Okay, there is a report by Lancet, which is an American institute. Your viewers can go and check. That claims that more than 38 million people in last 100 years have been killed by the Western hegemonic powers. 38 million. Lancet is the report. So what has happened? What has happened in Afghanistan? What has happened in Iraq? What has happened in Syria? What has happened?
Lancet is a medical publication, sir. Lancet is a medical publication.
I'll share you the information. Professor, I'll share you the information.
It deals with medical subjects, not subjects on war. But any case, please respond to that point I'm making about Trump calling the leadership a cancer.
I'll have to show you I'll share with your team. The publication itself has claimed the number of deaths that Americans are responsible globally. Okay. Forget. Suppose your Lancet, keep it aside. I'll share with you how many people are killed in Afghanistan, in Iraq, in Syria, in Libya. Who is the cancer? It's the imperialist powers or those people who are being attacked by the Western powers. There are 9 military bases around Iran. Who is the real aggressor? Is it the Americans or is it Iran? Who is being attacked illegally according to all United Nations charters? Is it Iran or is it America? Who is responsible for killing millions of people? Okay, Hillary Clinton herself claimed that we created Taliban, we created terrorism in the world. Who is supporting terrorism?
Okay.
They claim they're fighting terrorism. Let me complete, 30 seconds. Who is the president of Syria right now? They claimed $1 million for killing that terrorist. Now he is the president and Trump says, I installed him. So America is the cancer in this world, and the imperialism and the colonial mindset is the cancer in this world. They are the people who have created sufferings in the world. We as Indians, who created poverty in India? 3 million people were killed by the British in the Bengal famine. And when Winston Churchill was asked that 3 million people have been killed, he said, let them die like rats. These are the people who are the cancer in the world, not those who are fighting the colonialist and the imperialist powers.
Professor, my last question to you is, I want to ask you if, since you live in Iran, is there a sense that Iran may be open to opening up the Strait of Hormuz to, for ships of countries who are really not aligned with the Americans or the Israelis? Because there's now a growing concern about energy security across the world. I know that our Prime Minister and our External Affairs Minister have spoken to the top leadership in Iran as well. Is that something that Iran is now open to, that if you're not an American-flagged vessel, if you're not a vessel that is bound to America, the others can pass?
Iran is very clear about it. The days have gone where Iran will stay in sanctions and others will enjoy a normal life. So the clear message is, we need to live in a world of equality and justice. Peace will prevail when justice and equality is given. If others can buy and sell oil, Iran should be allowed to do the same. So if there are sanctions on Iran, Iran will put sanctions on the others as well. So before starting an illegal war, the world should have realized what they're trying to do.
Okay.
Iran had clearly, before the war started, Iran had clearly mentioned all these points. Point number one, this will be a regional war. Point number two, the Strait of Hormuz will be closed. This was clearly mentioned, and the former intelligence minister of Saudi Arabia, in one of the interviews to the United Nations, to the US channel, he said we were informed if this time if Iran is attacked,
Okay.
this would happen.
Okay. So you are saying that Iran had warned the world about what was coming if the Israelis and the Americans struck. Thank you very much for joining us. The one important clarification you're giving us is that the Supreme Leader is not in coma. He's injured. That is a confirmation, but he's certainly not in coma, and that Iran is not about to surrender anytime soon. Thank you, Professor, for joining us on the broadcast. Ladies and gentlemen, back home, the Congress party is back to pressurizing the government to speak up on Ayatollah Khamenei's assassination by US and Israeli strikes. First, we had Sonia Gandhi argue that New Delhi's silence on the targeted killing of a sitting head of state is not brutality, but abdication of responsibility. She had called for this disturbing silence, quote unquote, to be debated in Parliament. Now, we have Jairam Ramesh, the communication head of the International Congress, asking why even a condolence motion has not been kept or brought up in Parliament. He's arguing that when President Raisi of Iran had died in a helicopter crash in 2024, the Modi government had declared a day of national mourning. Now, Jairam Ramesh is saying Mr. Modi is hesitant because he is, quote unquote, compromised. Listen in.
We need to understand that Iran's supreme leaders murder, attacked by the American and Israeli forces, we should have condemned it. The leadership elimination process which is followed by Americans is unacceptable to us, and therefore only we should be very clear that we should pass a condolence reference in the Parliament also on the late Khamenei's demise. We should not close everything for Mr. Trump's likes and dislikes.
It is the sincere duty of a country to make certain, statement on his death, because the head of a nation got killed. Iran is an independent sovereign country. We have to understand, we have to accept the sovereignty. So America has no right to intervene in that. So to that matter, India should express its views.
At a time when India is doing a balancing act, trying to secure its strategic interests vis-a-vis Iran, America and Israel, is the opposition simply trying to derail that to embarrass the Modi government? That's my question this evening to Sanju Verma, national spokesperson of the BJP, joining us on the broadcast. Advocate Ashpreet Khadial, spokesperson of the Congress party, joining us on the broadcast as well. Ashpreet Khadial, I'm going to give you the first go at it. Can you please help me understand why Jairam Ramesh has woken up and now is suddenly remembering Mr. Ayatollah Khamenei? And why should the Indian Parliament be putting out an obituary for him?
Thank you, Shreya, for the question. Shreya, first and foremost, India is right in condemning Iran's aggression, but we do not understand why Mr. Modi is quiet over Khamenei's assassination. A head of state gets assassinated, Mr. Modi is quiet. 2 days before he visited Israel, we don't understand the timing of it, we don't understand the purpose of it, we don't understand what have we gained out of it. But we do understand that someone's tried to exploit and someone has been exploited, apparently. Number two, as far as Mr. Modi is concerned, the External Affairs Minister is concerned, both the PM and the External Affairs Minister have maintained a deafening silence. We want to understand why this inordinate delay. There is no possible justification for this. At least come out with a stand. Do you condemn it or do you support it? Why are you delaying it? Or will you come out with a stand in the future, in the near future, or do you never plan on coming out with a clear stand? Because we happen to be the world's largest democracy, mother of all democracies. We are supposed to be leading the world. We are supposed to be showing a direction to the world. But you have left us directionless. Our guest comes on our invite, an Iranian ship. While it's going back, it's torpedoed. The Prime Minister's quiet, the External Affairs Minister's quiet. Head of state is picked up. by the US, Mr. Maduro, Mr. Modi is quiet. We want to understand where is the 56-inch chess. We want to understand what of your statement that we are to be Vishwa Guru, what of your own statements. And next is the reason very clear and very simple that you do not want to upset Donald Trump, from whom you have sought permission to buy oil from Russia for 30 more days. What will you do on the 31st day? Is that what your concern is? Is that what is bothering the Bharatiya Janata Party and holding you back? Because we understand, Abki Baar Trump Sarkar, Howdy Modi, Namaste Trump, all those friendships and all those partnerships. But why is the Bharatiya Janata Party compromising India's interests? Why is Mr. Modi compromising on India's interests?
Okay. I won't argue with you. I'll let Sanju respond. Sanju, go ahead, please.
And Shreya, I did not interject. I'm sure that the same courtesy will be extended to me. I don't want somebody intervening and breaking my chain of thought.
Go ahead, Sanju.
Thank you, Shreya. Let me first make some important points for the benefit of your audience. I will say this unapologetically. Silence is often a virtue. Silence is an integral part of statecraft. Point number one. Point number two, that said, in less than 48 hours, the Iranian counterpart of S. Jaishankar and S. Jaishankar, they were in touch. The third point, the condolence book opened on the 5th of March. On the very first day, Vikram Misri signed it. The fourth point, in September 2005, February 2006, and November 2009, India voted against Iran at the IAEA when Manmohan Singh / Sonia Gandhi's kitchen cabinet was in power. In 2024 and 2025, India did not vote against Iran. We simply abstained from voting, and guess, 51 nations abstained at the UNGA, including USA, Canada, Australia, China, Brazil, Bangladesh, Mexico, what have you. The other important point, look at the shifting goalpost. Pehli baat to ye, Jairam Ramesh, Pawan Khera, Supriya Srinath, Rahul Gandhi will not give lectures to Narendra Modi or his cabinet on diplomacy or foreign policy. Because do you remember, Shreya, in 2012, when the United States of America imposed sanctions against Iran, India, under the so-called great economist Manmohan Singh, with no offense to him, he's no more, we had zero buffer stock, zero, zilch, nada. 1 minute. Today we have, please, 20 seconds more. He made many allegations. The three most important points. Today we have 8 weeks of buffer reserves and 250 million barrels of crude stock. Our refining capacity, Shreya, is 258 MMTPA. And we have 26,000 LPG distribution outlets. Not a single one has run dry because Narendra Modi is the Prime Minister.
Sanju, now the point that is being made is in 2024, Iran's president is in a helicopter. That helicopter crashes mysteriously. The Indian government, led by Prime Minister Modi, announces a one-day mourning. What has changed from 2024 to 2026?
Okay, that's a very interesting question. I just have to say one thing here. Foreign policy is dynamic. Foreign policy evolves every single day. You cannot have a static position, point number one. Point number two, we have categorically said this again and again, be it Prime Minister Modi or be it S. Jaishankar, that at any given point, we will decide based on nation first. We will not be dictated by the mistakes of others, but by our own strengths. And tell me one thing. In 1 minute, Shreya, you know foreign policy better than so many of us. In 2018, Darbari ecosystem said, don't buy S-400 from Russia. क्या हमने इनकी बात सुनी? We went ahead and bought S-400. Rahul Gandhi said, चौकीदार चोर है when we were signing the Rafale deal.
ठीक है.
But we went ahead and sealed the Rafale deal.
Arshpreet, if India's strategic silence is working for India, why do you have a problem? And I say it is working for India simply because India is doing a balancing act, right? Yes, India has stayed silent on Ayatollah Khamenei's death. But we did go and sign the condolence book at the Iranian embassy in Delhi. We have given safe refuge to an Iranian naval ship. It continues to be docked in Kochi. Today, 160 of its crew members are being repatriated. In return, Iran has said, we will let Indian oil tankers pass. So if our strategic silence is working for us in this very difficult moment, why try and, push the government into any kind of embarrassment?
Number one, it's clearly not working for us. And it is very, very clear, abundantly clear for the people, for the opposition, just not for the Bharatiya Janata Party. We have seen how the shipping routes have been disrupted. 33 crore Indians, 33 crore households cooking gas is impacted on that route, Strait of Hormuz. The Bharatiya Janata Party ought to ensure that the people of India do not suffer. The gas prices have touched the sky.
I'm asking you something. Ashpreet, answer my question. Answer my question.
I'm answering a question.
I'm saying
Yeah.
India is doing a balancing act. We have allowed an Iranian naval ship to be docked in Kochi, right? Now you're saying Prime Minister Modi is compromised, that his friends in America and Israel may get upset, which is why he's not condemning Khamenei's assassination. But if he was so afraid, why would he let a naval ship, an Iranian naval ship, be docked at a naval dockyard in India? You please help me understand that. The fact is that today there are at least 3 ships which are, at least 2 of which are bound for India, that are making their way out of the Strait of Hormuz. There are phone calls that have happened in amongst the top leadership of Iran and India. So obviously, this is a difficult time. Maybe staying strategically silent is the best thing to do under these circumstances. I'm not saying there will be no LPG problem in this country. वो दूसरी बात है. But I'm saying if the government is trying to work their way around a very difficult situation, why are you pressurizing them into doing something they don't want to do?
Shreya, he gave out wrong.
Number one, if I may.
एक मिनट, let Ashpreet speak.
The BJP spokesperson ought to have clarified what the BJP stand is. Do they justify the assassination of a head of state, or do they condemn it? They have not been able to do that even in this debate. I request the BJP spokesperson clarify that. That's question number one. Number two, Iran is a part of BRICS Plus Forum, and India happens to have the presidency for this year. And not just that, Mr. Modi back in the day said, Iran is our partner. Iran is our friend. Our friendship goes as back as history does. Is this how you deal with a partner, with a friend, with an ally? Is this what you do to an ally? Then Bharatiya Janata Party is sending out a very clear message that their alliance, their partnership, their friendship means nothing. It is redundant. And the Bharatiya Janata Party, please clarify the stand. Do
20 seconds.
Clarify the stand.
I'm out of time, but 20 seconds. Go ahead, Sanju.
Assassination justice.
Shreya, I just want to say one thing. I'm not going to be answering what the Congress party wants me to say. Who the hell is he? But I will just say this for your audience.
Sorry.
Please
I
understand.
don't appreciate the language.
Interject. Please shut up.
अरे नहीं भाई, संजू, at least on my show, shut up वगैरह नहीं चलता. क्या बोल रहे हो, संजू? Just complete your point, please.
Okay. So let me just say this. For the benefit of your audience, today we have more than 120,000 fuel stations, more than 26,000 LPG distribution outlets. Our renewable energy capacity is 279 gigawatt. Our solar capacity is 144 gigawatt. Today we have more than 258 MMTP of refining capacity. ये इसलिए हो पाया because Narendra Modi's Atmanirbhar Bharat walks the talk. Narendra Modi walks the talk. आपके मनमोहन सिंह ने कहा था पैसे पेड़ पर थोड़ी उगते हैं, पैसे पेड़ पर थोड़ी उगते हैं. That is what Manmohan Singh said when there was an oil crisis in 2012. You should be ashamed of yourself. Modi government had to read.
No, I think the BJP stand is very clear. They have decided to keep quiet, and the government has decided to keep quiet.
We are the mother of all democracies. We ought to have a stand. Either say you condemn it or say you justify it.
Our stand is non-alignment. Our stand is non-alignment.
Are we not supposed to be giving a direction to the world? Are we not supposed to be Vishwa Guru? Are we not supposed to be Vishwa Guru? Where is the 56 inches? Where is the 56 inches? Why can't you clarify the stand? You've been running away from the topic throughout. Please come back to the topic, clarify the stand. First things first. You have not been able to answer any question. You have no answer.
अच्छा ठीक है. Okay, done.
Did Congress support Iranian?
Stand में नहीं बता सकी BJP.
Answer is no.
Because
could not even tell the stand.
All right, we'll leave it there. We'll leave it there. I think India's stand is very clear. We are not picking a side in this war. We just want to ensure that our energy supplies remain active, and that our citizens who live in the Gulf are safe, and the 23,000 sailors who are stuck in the Gulf of Hormuz come back home safely. I think that is our stand, but we'll leave it there for the moment. Thank you very much, Sanju Verma and Ashpreet Khadial, for joining me on the broadcast. On that, ladies and gentlemen, a quick break. There's more on the other side. Do stay with us.